Sunday afternoon baseball is next. And a good afternoon, everybody. We welcome you into the live broadcast of this Game 5 between the two ball clubs today. A rivalry matchup for the Texas League title and the championship series between Arkansas or Tulsa. Well, it's the final game of our 5 games as these two teams compete for the Texas League title. And so far, today may the best team win. Well, anyway, our proud broadcast is brought to you in part by Taco Villa Spice Your Life. You can find us in around the Permian Basin, Midland, Amarillo, Odessa, Hobbs, San Angelo, and where Taco Villa is in your city. Well, anyway, we got a beautiful day today. Sunny conditions, temperature at 74 degrees. And gotta say, pretty nice as we go through the final day of these two ball clubs. And before Amarillo returns home to take on either Arkansas or Tulsa. So anyway, we'll find that out whoever wins. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get you down to the field as we present you our live broadcast of these two ball clubs. Well, the teams are getting well organized on the field as we get going for today's final rubber matchup. And so far, our other proud sponsors is Texas Burger and Roses. And as we get going, Brian Howard will get the start for Midland. He's a right-hander with 6'9", 185 pounds, and age 24. Getting the start for the Rockhounds here today. Thank you for joining us. We are live on the radio and also here on YouTube Live as well. The shortstop, C.J. Abrams, coming up to bat first as we are about ready to go. Here's the first pitch, that one high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes, and we are underway. 1 o'clock, our first pitch time zone. Got a great crowd today. Final baseball game of winner take all here in Game 5. That one's right there. Line drive, base hit to left field, and the first one for Amarillo is abroad. And that's going to be pretty good. So always remember that when getting a base hit, it's always good, and getting runs can be the winning component of winning a baseball game. Next batter up is Ivan Castillo. As he comes in, will take a ball outside, the count now 1-0. Great short sleeve shirt day today. Got a beautiful day, just a few clouds from time to time on this Sunday afternoon. 1 ball, 1 strike to Castillo. Just nice how we have a baseball game. Well, last night's final, 5-3. Amarillo takes that one, and today trying to get this one. So there is 1 down out at second as the runner, Castillo, is safe there at first. And now here is Tirso Ornelas. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch inside for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Arkansas and Tulsa going this afternoon. And that's going to be skied high in the air up the left field. And the left fielder will secure it for the out. And there are 2 down. With that, let's give the San Diego Padres the starting lineups here today. And so far, these guys looking for a win like they did last night by that final 5-3. And got to say, hopefully they can secure it to get off to playing Tulsa right after the day after tomorrow. So Tuesday and Wednesday will be games 1 and 2. If necessary, there'll be 5 games, and so far pretty good on that. No balls, 1 strike the count. Taylor Colway coming in. That's going to be right there. Line drive straightaway short, and they'll get him out at second to secure the final out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on, and now we head to the bottom of the first inning. Rockhounds to bat right after this. Ryan Weathers, a left-hander coming in for Amarillo, will get the starting job for the Sod Poodles. So far, height is 6'1", 230 pounds, and age 20. Getting the start for Amarillo here this afternoon. Mickey McDonald, the right fielder, will stride in for Midland as we get ready to go for the bottom of the first inning. Pitch is inside for a strike. The count now 0-1. Live broadcast here today, presented by Taco Villa. Spice your life. Boy, you gotta really love the specialties that they have. No balls, 1 strike. And that's going to be right there. Line drive straightaway second. He'll fire to first. In time. 1 away. And with that, let's give the Midland Rockhounds starting lineups. McDonald, Calaboig, Mondu be the leadoff 3. Armitage, Clyde, Helm, and Heim will be middle. Reed, Poisson, and Machine round out the batting order for Midland here this afternoon. In now, Chase Calaboig, the center fielder. Hits that one high in the air, deep to center field. And the center fielder will have it. So 2 down. Nate Mondu coming in. Is about ready to go here for Midland. Rockhounds wearing their home whites. Amarillo wearing their road grays. Right there, straightaway third. Straightaway to first. In time, the inning is over. A 1-2-3, no runs, hits, or errors, nobody left on for the Sunday afternoon. Second inning coming up. It's no score. Hudson Potts leading it off to start inning number 2. To get things going. Here's the pitch right there, line drive. That is up to first base and out number 1. Time to spare. And now here comes the Rockhounds defensive alignment. Well, as you can see, Jonah Bright out there first. Female Machine there second. Robert Poisson being in short. Nate Mondu being at their third. Lazaro Armenteros in left. Center fielder is Chase Calaboig. And in right position, Mickey McDonald. Right there, line drive. And that's going to get through. Can he beat it out? Yes, he does. And he's in with a line drive single. So pretty good as Amarillo now getting their second hit of today's ball game. And so far, it's going to be a pretty good one. It's a make-or-break situation here in Midland. Well, the next batter up is Rudy Gyron. Boy, last night this guy did a pretty good, exceptional job with a 2-run shot in the second inning. Unleashing a power like he did yesterday. Let's see if he could do it again today. That's going to be right there. They're going to throw down to second. And not in time as a second attempt to overturn a double play. 8-hole batter, Kyle Overstreet. Getting ready to go here this afternoon. And that's going to be a dribbler right there. And that'll go foul. So no balls, 1 strike. 1 on, 2 away. Second inning, no score. And that one is high and outside. It's 1-1. You see the bank right there. That is Chase Bank. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit over the shortstop's head. And there's 2-1. Make that hit number 3 for Amarillo today. Well, the next batter, Luis Campuzano, comes in, and he's going to hit that one back to the mound. And they do not break here. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for the Sod Poodles. Bottom of 2 coming up. Armenteros, Bride, and Heim will lead it when we come back. Rockhounds, second inning set to go. Lazaro Armenteros ready to go. And here's the pitch. That's down and in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Arkansas and Tulsa going at it today. Amarillo and Midland as well. Final 4 ball clubs in this 2019. Swing and a miss. Got him. And there's one down. Armenteros down on strikes. So, wow, pretty good on that one. Jonah Heim, the next batter up. Or should I say Jonah Bride? I do apologize about that. Right there, he gives it. Boom! And he gets him out of second. First base. I do apologize. But he sits on his rear end. And right there at first is the pitcher to cover that bag for the out. Jonah Heim coming in, and here he is, the guy up front center. Oh, you got Jonah Bride, then you got Jonah Heim. 2 of the most pretty good prospects in the A's organization, and even for Double-A Midland. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch right there, swing and a miss right in the count now, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. And the pitch. And that's right there, up to the shortstop, and that's the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, or nobody left on. And we head to the 3rd inning on this Sunday afternoon. It's no score through 2. C.J. Abrams coming up to bat now. Welcome you back to our live broadcast after our commercials. And every Taco Tuesday, you can spend it at Rose's or Taco Villa. But most importantly, Rose's has $7.99 taco plates. And that is good for a Taco Tuesday. Rose's Cafe has also got freshly made flour tortillas. And just puts a smile on your face when you see them tortillas come out of the tortilla press. It's pretty obvious. And pretty good, too. Ivan Castillo coming in. He's over 1 a ground out in the 1st inning. So far, Bobby Cox owns these restaurants, and Texas Burger, Rose's, and Taco Villa are the leadoff 3 companies that he's owned since the 1980s. Here's the 0-1. That's right there. Line drive, base hit to right. Right in front of Mickey McDonald as it lands for that single. So 3rd inning, still a lot of baseball here today. And here is Tirso Ornelas. Ornelas coming in, hits that one straight away. The second baseman takes it, and that is the inning. So nothing doing here as we play 3.5. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. Well, should I say 1 hit and 1 left on. So pardon my French. Buddy Reed coming in as we lead off the bottom half of the 3rd inning for Midland. 7, 8, 9 due up against this half of the order. So pretty good right there. And a pitch. That's down and in is 1 ball and no strikes. Still a no-score ball game here in this one. Here's a 1-0 delivery. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of 3, no score to this point on a Sunday afternoon. So far, if you are joining us, welcome here on our YouTube live stream. And if you're here with us at the ballpark, be glad that you're coming in. One last time of 2019. Good right there on that one. Go ahead and get the score going there at One Oak Field. There, downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's right there, fouled off, and the count now still hanging on at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes right there. High fly in the air. And it's the left fielder that runs it down in time. And that is out number 1. Boy, the left fielder just runs it down in time, and gotta say, that was pretty good. Well, here's the shortstop, Robert Poisson, as he comes in. And we are getting on the internet right now to see where everybody is. And so far, Tulsa has a pretty good lead, 3-0. Top of the 4th inning already for the Arkansas Travelers. No score here in Midland as we're just underway of the half of the 3rd inning for the home team here today. So pretty good on that. No balls, 2 strikes to the shortstop. And he's going to hit that one right there. He jump throws. And not in time, as that will be the RBI single that hits the first base area. Well, that'll bring in Vimel Machine. As he comes in and takes a ball down and in, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Pretty good day today as both of these teams compete for the title here today. And that's a ball down and in. The count now is 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. And he's going. And the pitch throws not in time, and that's a stolen base. Well, Rockhound fans will get that one. On a stolen base, double meat cheeseburger courtesy of Texas Burger. There's the pitch right there, swing and a miss. The count now is 2-2. Rockhounds have a scoring position. There is second. Robert Poisson there in scoring position. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and they'll chop him down. And there's 2 down. Weather's doing pretty good on strikeouts, and he's got the fast lightning strikeout. And here is the right fielder, Mickey McDonald. As he comes in, and he grounded out last time up. Back in the first is 0 for 1 for today. Got a great crowd here this afternoon as fans still pile in for this game. Here's the 0-1. Down and in, the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner at second, and that's outside. The count now 2-1. So it will be game 1 on Tuesday and Wednesday with an off day on Thursday. And then it's Friday, Saturday, and next Sunday for that last of the best of 5. Chase Calabuig, the center fielder, is up on deck. 3-1 count, 2 outs. 3-1 count, and that's a swing and a miss right there. The count now is 3-2. 2019 barely almost over in this one. And only 6 games remain. After today, it will be 5. Here's a 3-2. That one is fouled off. The count now getting out of play. Well, Arkansas and Tulsa, bottom half of the 5th inning, and boy, the Tulsa Drillers have a pretty good sizable lead. And that one is right there, and it'll be ball 4 for Mickey McDonald. And that'll put him straight away on first. So far, Tulsa losing the start of that series against Arkansas. September 4th, 2019, in the semifinals of Game 1. Arkansas wins 2-1. Tulsa winning 3-1 on Thursday night, winning a Friday night 6-1, losing a 4-1 against Arkansas, and now today is their best day to get in here. Chase Calabuig coming in. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and in the dirt, nobody advances forward, and that's an even up count at 1-1. And that's an inside strike, and the count now 1-2. Hopefully trying to put another goose egg on the scoreboard. 1-2 the count now, 2 outs. Nobody getting ready to chase, but they're 2-1. And that is just outside. It's 2-2. Here's a 2-2. And that will load it up full. Nate Mondew waiting on deck. Still trying to get out of this jam. 3-2 offering. And that is fouled in the way. Could have been ball 4 if he would have held it up right where he needed it. 3-2, here he goes. Strike 3 called, and there he goes down. And there's the goose egg we talked about. Another 0 on the scoreboard, and we head to the 4th. It is no score through 3. Well, back from our Taco Villa proud sponsor, number 4 batter Taylor Colway coming in. 4th inning set to go. And that is going to be fouled off. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. That one high and outside, it's 1-1. So, yes, we are on the date of September 8th, 2019. Beautiful Sunday here in Midland. That's straightaway center field, and that's a base hit. Starting to see a lot of base hits, but so far no runs come in to score through the first 3 innings here today. Just kind of going up and down today, but one team will win it here in this afternoon. Here's the pitch to Hudson Potts as he comes on. 0-for-1, a ground out in the 2nd inning. 1 ball, no strikes. And that is outside. The count now 2-0. Beautiful West Texas day, and gotta say, just love the Permian Basin and these two teams. But originally from Midland. Now, even though we've been in Amarillo for over a year, after our final season there in San Antonio. Well, we got Corpus Christi, Frisco, Northwest Arkansas and Springfield watching. And that's going to be right there. And they get a Taco Villa double play. So 2 up, 2 down here in this half inning. Well, the next batter up, Colin Moore. We're getting ready to go here. And the pitch, that's a swing and a miss. And the count now is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And that's going to be line drive straightaway center. That's a base hit. So pretty good right there. Now that'll put another one on board for the Sod Poodles. And here is Rudy Gyron. And that is going to be pelted high in the air, and it is out of here. And again, like he did last night, a 2-run shot. And Amarillo is out in front early. Right here in the 4th inning. And as you look at it, he hit that one right on the screws. And that right there is just pretty good.
The first baseman, number 3.
Well, here is Kyle Overstreet. As he takes the ball outside, it's 1-0. Well, Amarillo getting in 2 runs on that 7-hole hitter prospect, Rudy Gyron. Gyron will probably make a good stop in El Paso and most likely into the San Diego Padres as well. Pretty good if he's getting in and hitting some pretty fascinating home runs on that one. They're pretty good on that. But this designated hitter right here, a 2-run shot. Bottom half of the 4th inning. The Sod Poodles in front, 2-0. We're going to be right back in our proud sponsor of Taco Villa. Well, just about set to go for the bottom of the fourth inning here today. And we'll welcome you back to our live broadcast of Texas League Baseball on this beautiful Sunday, September 8th, 2019. 1 ball, no strikes. Nate Mondu the first, 3-4-5 coming up for the Rockhounds order. So far, pretty good. Here's a 1-0. Downstairs is 2 balls, no strikes. Amarillo 2, Midland nothing here in this ball game. After a 2-run shot by Rudy Gyron. 3 balls, no strikes. Lazaro Armenteros getting ready to come on. 3-0, here he comes, and he'll put that one in there. And that's strike 1. 3-1. That one chopped foul, and that'll be a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be right there, line drive, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And he'll cut it off, and he'll have a leadoff double. Boy, to tell you one thing, that Nate Mondu just gets in there and hits the baseball like that. That tells you one thing, he's just ready to come in. Lazaro Armenteros getting in as well. He'll hit that one foul, and it's 0-1. Last time up, he struck out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Here's the 0-1. And that's outside the count now, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Armenteros at the plate. That one outside. And the count now at 2-1. 2-1. Swing and a miss. And that's even up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that will load it up. Jonah Bride coming on deck. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and they got him. Jonah Bride coming in is 0 for 1, a ground out in the second inning. And the pitch. Right there is 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a 1-0. And that's outside the count now at 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off, and that'll be 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now is 2-2. Here's the 2-2 offering, and he'll swing and a miss right there. Throw down the first in time, and there are 2 retired. 5th strikeout by Ryan Weathers, as that one was swung in the dirt. Pretty good play right there. Now here is Jonah Heim as he'll step in. Takes that one down in the corner for a ball, and the count now 1-0. Ryan Weathers probably not happy with that ball right there. But most evidently he'll have to get over that. He cannot argue balls or strikes. High fly in the air up to center. Center fielder makes the play, and that does it. 4 innings come and go, but Amarillo still holds us a lead by 2-0. And we head to the 5th.
Leading off
9-1-2 due up here in this fifth inning. Luis Campusano getting ready to go. He bashes that one deep to left, high in the air. That one is gone. And now it's 3-0. Boy, Amarillo just power hitting. 91.5-mile-per-hour exit velocity on a 362-foot fastball. By golly, things are getting pretty interesting here in Midland, Texas. 3-0 Sod Poodles against their neighbor team, Midland. C.J. Abrams coming in. That one is bashed high in the air and not in time. That is going to land right up as a base hit, and that will be a no-out double. Boy, Amarillo just coming in, and they are really just hitting the baseball. Now they got a guy in scoring position like C.J. Abrams. And now Abrams out there is second, waiting to score in. Batter up, Ivan Castillo. Getting ready to go, and he hits that one straight away first, and that'll move the runner going to third. And it's now a sacrifice down, and the runner at third. Tirso Ornales coming in, and he'll swing and miss. And the count now at 0-1. Ben Bracewell, James Nail. Right-handers are getting loose. The Rockhounds bullpen. That one's going to be lofted high in the air. And that'll be enough for a tag up here. He comes to the plate. And in the score on the sacrifice fly. And now it's 4-0 Sod Poodles. Boy, and Midland is now trailing all 4 runs of today's matinee. Giving up 4 runs, and so far 3 up, 3 down innings, and only base hits and no runs in the score. That will really cook your goose in the end. Taylor Colway coming up now for Amarillo. Takes a cutter inside to count now 0-1. Colway, Peter Van Gansen, and other people that came from San Antonio during 2018. Coming in for a full rostership here with the San Diego Padres, and so far only starting their Double-A careers here in Amarillo. That's right there, and that will be right the first and in time, and that will do it. 2 runs come in for the Sod Poodles, and now we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-0 Amarillo. Well, we had a Texas Burger proud sponsor here, and he'll lead off the bottom of the 5th inning for Midland. Here is Buddy Reed. Reed is 0 for 1, 7-8-9 due up against Ryan Weathers as he'll start his 5th inning for Amarillo. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. The count now at 0-2. Tickets and sponsorships will start getting ready to go for 2020. And that's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. And not in time, as that will pull him off. So Ivan Castillo getting that error as it pulls him off the bag. And so far, that will be a base on reached error. Robert Poisson coming in as he'll take a curveball well and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a pitch, and that's an inside strike. And the count now at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 offering, and that's downstairs 2-1. 2-1. Fouled off, and the count now 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. And that will load the count full at 3-2. Three balls, two strikes, full count. And that will lose them ball 4. So not a good thing. Female machine coming in. And here's the pitch to him, and that is fouled in the way. The count now at 0-1. Confidence level is going pretty good for Ryan Weathers. He's just got to focus on each batter, make sure that each of these are in the strike zone radius, and so far, hopefully, he'll get in there. No balls, two strikes. The pitch right there, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And here comes the runner, is in to score on that RBI single. It's now 4-1. Mickey McDonald coming in. And now we're going to have an Amarillo mound visit. And they're going to put in last night's starter, or should I say relief starter, Michelle Baez will come in. So now we're getting a reliever for the Sod Poodles to get in this ball game, and Baez, ERA of 3.03, 28-14 strikeout rate, 212 over a 233 over a right-hander and a left-hander. And so far, pretty good on that. Mickey McDonald facing off Michelle Baez. Baez now pitching for Amarillo as he'll take the first strike inside. It's a count now 0-1. McDonald walked in the third inning, is 0 for 1. Trying to get things going for the Sod Poodles, and that's going to be right there, the countdown at 0-2. Great crowd here in Midland, Texas. Final game, best of 5. Here's the 0-2. And that is a 1 ball, 2 strike count. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's fouled off. So still hanging on at 1-2. And the pitch. That's down. And no advance forward. Two and two. Swing and a miss. And they got him. So 1 up, 1 down. Here in this one. In now, Chase Calipwig takes a ball down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Strikeout and a fly out is 0 for 2. With a man out and 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Right there in the glove of his catcher. Calling the balls and strikes right there. And that's down and in, 2-1. Bottom of 5 going very well here today. And here's a 2-1. And that's outside the count now at 3-1. Nate Mondu ready to get on. Chase Calipwig trying to get going as well. There's one. And they don't get him. So they'll get 2. So forwardly, that could be a base hit, including a Amarillo error. We've already had one by that, I think it was the second baseman who got that error, but tell you one thing, I don't want to jump the gun right there and start pointing fingers at people. Nate Mondu coming up as he'll take a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. 3-run trail for Midland here in this one. Sod Poodles up by 4-1 here in this last of best of 5. 1-1 the count now as Baez throws his 13th pitch already. And the 1-1. Down and in, the count now 2-1. Well, if Midland doesn't win this one here today, they will officially be eliminated. And then they'll have to watch on the sidelines. If Arkansas wins and they go up against Amarillo, if they don't, Tulsa and Amarillo would be the final 2 teams of the championship series advance forward. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. High in the air up the center field. Moving under it is the center fielder. He'll make the play. 1 run. Couple of base hits. No errors. 2 left on. Or actually, should I say, at least 1 error. And we now head to the 6th inning. And we're about ready to go when we come back. Stick around. We got more Texas League baseball coming. It's Sod Poodles and Rockhounds. About set to go for the 6th inning right now,
Attention, please.
as we have a new starter from Midland coming in, Ben Bracewell. It's a right-hander coming in relief. Well, top of the 6th inning, Hudson Potts coming in. He's 0 for 2. This middle half of this game on a Sunday afternoon. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be lifted high in the air up to right field. McDonald will catch that one, and that's out number 1.
The batter, the left fielder,
Colin Moore's 2 for 2, 2 singles. And a pitch. Popped up. Right there, infield fly. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Well, the designated hitter is coming in now. Rudy Gyron. As he hit a 2-run shot the last time around. 1 for 2. That's a bouncy ball right there. Second baseman will get it. And that is the half inning over. Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Armenteros, Bride, and Heim will lead it when we come back. About set to go for the bottom of the 6th inning right now. The Rockhounds Baseball Network. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Here is Lazaro Armenteros as he comes in. He's 0 for 2. Welcome you back to Texas League Baseball here in this West Texas Sunday afternoon. I'm Jonathan Baker. Some people in the booth would call me John Baker, but that's okay. 2 balls, no strikes. 4-1 Amarillo here in this one. Sod Poodles got a pretty good lead. If they could keep it going, then they can end up winning this one. Boy, there's a manager right there looking from the dugout on this ball game. And that's ball 3. Jonah Bride waits on deck for Midland. 3-1. Here's the pitch. And that's in for a strike. The count now full. Three balls, 2 strikes to count. And a pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. And he'll reach for first base safely. So there's an error on the Amarillo catcher. Not a good thing about that. Here's the pitch as Jonah Bride comes in. Does not hold up at time, and that's strike 1. Man at first and nobody out. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. And that's getting down the base hit. Putting runners to second and third now. We're doing pretty good on that. Midland has a pretty good chance to fight back in this one. That one is lofted high in the air. And here comes the runner. And that'll score in the run from third. It's now a 4-2 ball game. So the Rockhounds will get a sacrifice fly on Buddy Reed. Or should I say the 6-hole batter that came in. That would be the sacrifice fly. But Buddy Reed does come up to the plate. And take a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. No balls. 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and they'll get them down. And the count now 0-2. There's the 0-2. Fouled off, and he'll see another. Tying run up to the plate. Jonah Bride out there is second. Buddy Reed out there at the plate. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Robert Roscoe.
Robert Boswell coming in. As he'll take a curveball in the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Singled in the third inning is 1 for 1 here today. There's the 0-1. Down the stairs. And the count now 1-1. 1-1. And that's in for a strike. The count now 1-2. 1-2, one more time. And that's right there. He's going to take it himself. And that's the inning. Well, we head for the 7th inning. And it is 4-2 Amarillo. 7th inning, about ready to get going.
The first baseman,
Kyle Overstreet be the man up here in this one. Single in the second. And that's going to be a bouncer ball right there over the pitcher's head, straight away short. And there's out number one. Luis Camposano, 1 for 2, solo home run in the fifth inning. That one high in the air up to center, and that's out number two. Well, C.J. Abrams, 2 for 3, double single. Last time up in this ball game had an RBI. Change up down and outside. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. John Gorman and Cody Stoll, righty and a lefty, warming up in the Rockhounds bullpen. That's right there, line drive, and it gets through and not in time. So that will do it. Well, 7th inning stretch getting ready to go. Bottom of 7 when we come back. Don't turn the water off. How many times do I have to say, don't turn the water off? You know, he doesn't understand it, and, oh. Yeah, my bad. I didn't know we were still going on. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom half of inning number 7 right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network.
Leading off for the Rockhounds.
Well, here is VML Machine as he'll lead us off. 9-1-2, due up 7 inning.
Count 1-0.
As that one is down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a pitch. That one fouled off. The count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count now. That one fouled off. I'm still hanging on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's right there. And there's no play there at first. So yes, another error gets on Amarillo. And what is that? Error number 3 or number 4? Well, we could go ahead and take a look. I do believe that is 3 for the Sod Poodles, but it's okay. Well, they get a double play on that cherry nut. And they're 2 down.
Center fielder, Chase Calabria.
Well, Chase Calabwig is coming in. And here's the pitch. That's right there in the end for a ball, and the count now 1-0. No balls and 1 ball and no strikes. And whoa, that one got past him. So ball 2, the count now. Here's a 2-0 delivery. And that is outside. Nate Montu on deck. Getting ready to go for Midland. Here's a pitch. And there's a strike inside. And it's 3-1. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. And again, there's a problem. I don't know if they're going to issue that an error or not, but it'll reach on the fielder's choice. Nate Mondu is 1 for 3, double in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Downstairs, and the count now 1-0. 1-0 delivery. Fouled off, and that's 1-1. 1-1. And that's down. No advance. So that's a good thing. Well, we're going to have a mound visit. And so far, Blake Rogers will get in. Fill up for Amarillo in the reserve spot. 6'2", 200, age 25. Get going for the Sod Poodles here this afternoon. Nate Mondu coming in. First swing and a miss by Mondu as he greets in Blake Rogers. And the pitch. Fouls that one off, and the count now at 2-2. 2-2. Right there. Gets it to third, and he'll give it to him, and that's the inning. Couple of errors. Couple of hits. And at least 1 left. We head to the 8th inning. And it's 4-2. Ivan Castillo coming in now. He's 1 for 3, single in the 3rd. As we start inning number 8 here on this Sunday afternoon. That one is well crushed. Deep to right. And that one is gone. Castillo just lets that one loose. 103.9 mile per hour exit velocity on a 363 footer. And it's now a 5-2 ball game. But golly, I think this ball game is getting dangerously close for Midland. They could be the next team eliminated if they don't do anything about it. Here's Tirso Ornelas. And that's going to be right there. Line drive center field, base hit. So pretty good as they get going here. Well, we do have a final score, and it looks like Tulsa has beat Arkansas. And a pretty good one, and we'll give you your final. The final score 5-1 as Arkansas will go down defeated. Tulsa being the win, and they won their final game of the semifinals here in Game 5. So they will stand victorious against the Arkansas Travelers. 0-2. Pop up right there. Ground ball. And they do not overturn. But they almost did overdo a double play and stuff. Hudson Potts coming in. 1 out, 1 on. 5-2 Amarillo here in this one. And that one is fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. That one's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And a pitch. That one's got high in the air up to center. And there is out number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder, Colin Moore.
And the batter now, Colin Moore. 2 for 3, 2 singles, a run. High in the air, up to center. And that'll do her. This game is well on the screws. 6 outs left for Midland and only 3 going for Amarillo. So Armenteros will be the first man up as he reached on an error. Right, and Heim will follow in behind. His first pitch in for strike is count now 0-1. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Taco Villa, to spice your life here today. Fans today getting that 2 crispy tacos courtesy of Taco Villa. Get a survival kit with 12 crispy tacos for just $13. That ain't too bad, isn't it? That's a swing and a miss. And Blake Rogers getting his first strikeout of the day. Now Midland down to their final 5. Jonah Bright coming in. He'll swing that one down and in. Is no balls and 1 strike. Is 1 for 3. It doubled in the 6th inning. That one is right there, and that is out number 2. So down to their final 4 outs. Jonah Heim coming in. Sacrifice fly and an RBI on top of that. 12,325 in attendance today, and we got a full stadium here in Midland, Texas. 1 ball, no strikes. And that one's the count now 2-0. 2-0 delivery, and that's downstairs 3-0. On deck, Buddy Reed. Reed coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch to him, is in for a strike. And the count now at 3-1. Here we go. Downstairs, and he'll lose him, ball 4. So that was a 5-pitch for Buddy Reed. Well, here is Buddy Reed as he comes in. He's 0 for 3 of the day. Rogers coming in to hopefully get things under their control. That's outside is 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one's got high in the air. Left fielder give a chase, and he's got it. Inning over. So now we head to the 9th inning. Can Amarillo put more runs on the board before the end of the day? I sure hope so. And it's 5-2. Rudy Gyron, 2-run home run in the 4th inning. Gyron, Overstreet, and Camposano leading off the 9th inning. That's right there. Ground ball straight away center field, and that will get past the second baseman. Shortstop will cover the second base bag, and that will be a no-out single. And now Kyle Overstreet. Take him in a strike at the count now, 0-1. It's 1 for 3. He singled in the 2nd inning. Trying to get something going here today. Midland down to their final 3 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. They're set to go here today. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. In now is Luis Camposano. As he skies that one straight away center. Going at it. And he's got it. 2 away. C.J. Abrams, 2 for 4, double, single, and a run. Getting things ready to go here. 1 more out for Amarillo. And that one's got high in the air up to center. And that one is gone. 2-run shot for C.J. Abrams. And now make it a 7-2 ball game. Cody Stahl will be in for Midland, as he'll be the new relief pitcher. Stahl now pitching for the Rockhounds. And that's going to be right there, line drive. And that's the inning. And a 2-run shot by C.J. Abrams to the bottom of the 9th at 7-2 Sod Poodles. All right, last of the 9th inning as we go. Robert Poisson coming in. He's 1 for 2. He singled last time up in the 3rd inning. As we're about ready to go, the final 3 outs to decide our finalists. No balls and one strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. High pop-up, straight away, right outside third base, and the mound. The third baseman takes it himself, and there's one down.
Now back, second baseman,
Vimael machine coming in. He singled RBI. Is 1 for 3 of the day. Taking in a strike in the count now 0-1. One ball, 1 strike as that goes down missing. There's a 1-1 and that goes down and in. With the count now 2-1. Right there and in. The count now 2-2. Right there is that roll right to the first base area, and the first baseman takes it in himself, and there's 2 away. So 1 more to go. Mickey McDonald coming in. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. One swing and a miss, and now they're down to their final strike. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And that tells you what, the ball game is over. Our 2 finalists, Amarillo and Tulsa, are our finalists for the championship series. Well, this Sunday afternoon, it was a pretty good one. The final score 7-2 as we wrap up the best of this 5 Texas League playoff round contest. Now Midland facing elimination. Arkansas as well today will face elimination, and then the final 2 coming in is that's Amarillo and Tulsa, and they'll start on Tuesday, September 10th, there in Amarillo. So that will do it for our 2 finalists here today. Congratulations to the 2 advancing forward to the Texas League playoffs.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 15 minutes.
So hope everybody has a good day, and so far for Midland, guess we'll see y'all next year.